all my fight fans? UFC Noche is in the books, and I gotta say the production value was really great. It was really terrific. The way they did it in the spear, I really enjoyed it. You know, the graphics, the videos that they put up, everything about the spear with the production that they did was really phenomenal. Really phenomenal. The UFC did an amazing job with that production. As far as the fights go, couple of good ones. We won't lie, there were a couple of good fights on that card, but there weren't necessarily barn burners as far as the titles go. You know, as far as the titles go, we will talk more about it all. We will talk more about it all right now. So let's start off with that main event. You got yourself a new bantamweight champion of the world, Merab Delishvili, if you say that last name correctly. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Merab pretty much did what we all knew he was going to do. He went in there, wrestled, gave Sean O'Malley a lot of problems, a lot of difficulties. He was utilizing his wrestling, utilizing his footwork. He was coming in closer, moving away, running away. I mean, Sean O'Malley was really confused in there. He was like deer caught in the headlights. He just did not know what to do or how to predict or how to manage the skill level of Merab. Merab basically put on a wrestling clinic. He was able to take him down at will, with ease, no problem. His striking was okay, but you know, we knew that was going to be a little bit of a problem because Sean O'Malley's striking is always expert level, and the fact that Sean O'Malley has a height and reach advantage over Merab. So, you know, it is what it is for Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley was a really good champion. I'm sure he'll be back. But yeah, at the end of the day, Sean O'Malley really didn't look 100% himself. He didn't look like excited. He didn't look like he was ready to have fun. He just couldn't get off, and I don't know if maybe there were some other things going on behind the scenes with Sean O'Malley, or it was just Merab and the confusion. Of course, there was a lot of bad blood going into that match. You had the whole kissing and the whole trash talking incident that happened in the cage, so I'm sure it distracted Sean O'Malley just a little bit. But with that being said, you got Merab, the new champion, and it already looks like he has a challenger. It looks like he has Umar. I believe his name is Umar Nurmagomedov, a relative of the great Khabib Nurmagomedov. So that one's going to be a fun fight. We already saw Umar take on Corey Sandhagen, and he pretty much put on a clinic, all around, great striking, great wrestling. So this one is going to be a really good fun fight. You got both fighters who are about the same height, but have the same reach, and really good when it comes to the wrestling, and really good when it comes to having that the gas tank to keep going, to keep pushing, you know, because that's one thing you got to have, especially with the wrestling. Now it's all about, when I see that fight, I feel like who has the better stand-up. But we will definitely break it down as we get closer to that. It hasn't even been announced yet. I'm sure it hasn't even been signed yet, so we'll definitely talk more about that. As Sean O'Malley goes, he's in a division full of contenders. I could definitely see him going against someone that he has not faced, and that would be Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen has done a lot for the bantamweight division. He's always so close to becoming champion of the world, but I don't feel like Sean O'Malley should get a rematch just due to the fact that it was such a dominant performance by Merab. But I do feel like he should go against a couple of contenders to get a rematch eventually down the line, and I see him potentially going against Corey Sandhagen. That would be a very fun fight. In the co-main event, you have Valentina taking on Grasso. It was definitely not what we were anticipating. The first two fights were a lot closer, a lot more entertaining. This one was definitely a lot slower, but Valentina pretty much did the job. Valentina was able to showcase what she was able to do to her skill level and everything. A lot of people kind of slept on her. A lot of people felt like her wrestling wasn't going to be that great, that her takedowns, she was going to utilize her striking a lot more, but no, she was nothing more but a wrestler in that cage. She had a few scares where Grasso almost went for a couple of submission attempts, almost had her in a few submission attempts. There was that one, I think in the fourth round, where she had her in a guillotine. It almost looks like Valentina's face was turning purple, but no, the fight was pretty much a dominant performance by Valentina, and she is now the women's flyweight champion of the world. Division is pretty stacked, so there's going to be a few contenders out there, I'm sure, for her to go toe-to-toe with. As far as Grasso goes, this is, I believe they are 1-1-1. You got one win for Grasso, one win for Valentina, and one draw for both of them. So I'm sure we'll have some type of trilogy or quadrilogy, whatever you want to call it, down the line, because we definitely don't want to see it right now because it was just such a dominant performance. But yeah, I'm sure it will happen down the line. In the co-main event, you had Diego Lopez taking on the veteran Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega did not look like himself in this fight, gotta say. The guy wants to go up to lightweight. He wants to take on a new division. So I felt like he was already half in, half out of the division. It already felt like he didn't necessarily want to be there. He was just trying to, pretty much do some unfinished business since he was already booked for Diego Lopez. So it was just something that he wanted to do before he leaves the division. Diego Lopez hit him with a clean shot in the opening round of the first round, and after that, Brian Ortega just could not get off. Brian Ortega just could not get the better of Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez I felt like he was going to finish him in the first round. Diego Lopez did get a little tired, but, he ended up weathering the storm, and he ended up completing, pretty much dominating Brian Ortega through the second and third round. Brian Ortega was not even in the fight whatsoever. So with that being said, Diego Lopez is pretty much going to be jumping in the rankings in the featherweight division. He's going to take on possibly maybe the winner of Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway. I would say hopefully not. I would like him to take on somebody else to get ready for that. And the best person, if you want to see if you are ready, go against the former champion of the world, Alexander Volkanovski. If you can get past Volkanovski, you are in the line for the championship of the world for sure. Without a shadow of a doubt, without question, you should get your title shot. Right now, you beat Brian Ortega, who's been out for quite a while. He's ready to leave the division, so I wouldn't go too far saying like he should get the #1 shot right away. Not right away. But there is a few contenders that he could go up against, and I would like to see him go up against. But yeah, I also would like to see him going a 5-round fight. Because all these other contenders, all these other challengers, they want to go in there for 5 rounds. They want to go in there for championships, but they never went 5 rounds before. So you don't even know your cardio level. And we all seen Diego Lopez, his cardio isn't necessarily the greatest in the world. So I would like to see him be tested just a little bit more with his cardio level. As far as Brian Ortega goes, he wants to go up to the lightweight division. I like it, but at the same time, it's going to take him some time. And what he's going to need to do is pack on some muscle just a little bit. Just a little bit. Why? Because these guys in the lightweight division are bigger. They're stronger. They're faster. They hit harder. This is something that Brian Ortega is not necessarily known for. Brian Ortega isn't a knockout artist. We all know that. Brian Ortega isn't the most physique, bigger guy in the featherweight division. We see that. So it's something that he is going to have to do little by little if he really wants to stand out in the lightweight division. Because if you got guys like Islam Makhachev, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, the list goes on in the division, even Michael Chandler or Conor McGregor, these are all bigger guys that probably walk around 180, 190 pounds, if not more, with a lot of muscle on them and have a lot of skills, especially on the ground. So it's something that he's going to really have to do to transition into the lightweight division. Well, there you have it, guys. Check out the replays in YouTube. Check out the way the production was when it came to the spear. Just check it out, guys. It was a really great event. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.